All right, so what I want to do now is talk a little bit about something called functions in JavaScript. So functions are going to be basically very essential for us as we continue our programming journey. They allow us to execute a code block over and over and over again, and this will really help us to cut down on all the copy and paste stuff that beginners resort to. So to start, I'm just going to type the function keyword, okay, followed by a name for the function. You want to stay away from things that are on the reserved keyword list, okay, so something like function and then let, or function then const, or something like that, right? If you did that, you would get a little error, okay? So you want to pick a descriptive name in most cases to remind you of what the function does. So I'm going to do something like my name, okay, because this function is just going to print my name to the console. Okay, so I'm going to put some parentheses here. Okay, and I'll talk about what this does momentarily. And then I'm going to set up a code block. So we're going to do that by putting some curly braces there. Okay, and inside the curly braces, this is the code block that's going to be executed. To be executed. Not sure if that's spelled correctly. So code block to be executed. And basically it's statement after statement after statement that you want to run when you, what we say, call the function. Okay. So I'm going to first declare a variable using const. I'm going to say const first name. And I'm going to set this equal to John. Okay. And later on, we'll see how to make this dynamic. But for right now, it's just going to be hard-coded to John. And then we'll console.log inside of here. A little message. We'll say, hi, I am. And then we'll use $ curly braces and then the first name variable. Okay. So let's put a period here. And I'll do a little emoji guy. Let's do some sunglasses. Okay, so that's cool. So let's pop open the terminal and let's go ahead and run this file, okay? And you'll notice that nothing happened. So a lot of people expect for hi, I am John with the emoji guy to be there, but it didn't. So the reason is because when we use functions, we have to actually call the function, okay? So the way you do that is you type the function name, okay? So I'm gonna put my name, okay? And then I'm gonna put some parentheses here, okay? And this is going to call the function. So let's pop this open. We're going to clear this and we're going to run this and we get hi, I am John. Okay. Now you'll notice that you have console.log here. Notice you have parentheses that surround this guy here. So console.log is actually a function that's built into JavaScript. And this guy right here, this hi, I am, in this case, John with the emoji guy, this is known as an argument. Okay. And I'm going to talk more about this here momentarily. But for right now, let me show you this. So let's say we did this a bunch of times. Okay, my name. Let's do it 4 times. Basically, this is going to call the function or run the function 4 times. Each time it's going to come up here, it's going to declare this variable first name. It's going to set it to John, okay? And then it's going to console.log, hi, I am John with the emoji guy. So let's pop this open and let's go ahead and run this. And we see, hi, I am John with the emoji guy 4 times. Now, let's talk a little bit about how we can make this more dynamic. We have what we call parameters, okay, when we work with functions in JavaScript. Basically, a parameter is like a variable or a placeholder that is specific to the function you're working with. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to type name, okay, or actually let's do first name here, okay? And basically, I have access to this inside of the function. So instead of doing this, like this, I can get rid of this and bring this down here. And basically now this guy right here is going to reference this parameter here, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to, what we say, pass in something when we call the function. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say my name, okay? And then inside the parentheses, I'm going to put a name in there, and it's got to be as a string, okay? So I'm going to put something like John, or you can put, let's start with John, and then I'll show you, you can make this more dynamic. Let's copy this, and now let's change this to Steve. And let's copy this again, and let's change this to maybe something like Mary. And let's copy this again, and let's change this to something like, I don't know, let's go Max, something like that. So if we run this now, what happens is each time it gets run, this guy right here is now called an argument, okay? So there's a difference between, you might say, well, you said this was a parameter. This placeholder here that doesn't actually hold a value yet is called a parameter. When you pass in a real value here, this is now called an argument, okay? So my name here, this function has the argument of John. So this right here will be received as John. So now I get, hi, I am John with the emoji guy. Then the next one's going to say, hi, I am Steve with the emoji guy. Then Mary, then Max, so on and so forth. So if we pop this open and we clear this out and we run this, we see I get, hi, I am John. Hi, I am Steve. Hi, I am Mary. Hi, I am Max. So you can see that makes it more dynamic versus just hard coding some value in there. You can change this on the fly and say, make it usable for more than one thing, right? You have John, Steve, Mary, Max. You can just change the name and have that generic greeting work. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of this and look at something a little bit better. Let's talk about finding the average test score for a student. So I'm going to do a function, okay, and I'm going to call it average score. And I'm going to put the first name as a parameter. Then I'll do test 1, I'll do test 2, I'll do test 3, and let's do test 4. So there's going to be 4 tests. Later on, we'll see how to make this more dynamic by passing in something called an array, and then we can figure out how many tests there are. For right now, it's going to be hard-coded to be 4 tests, okay? So let's go ahead and do something like const average, okay? And I'm going to set this equal to, remember how to find the average. We're going to go test 1 plus test 2, and then plus test 3, and then plus test 4. And then once we have this is inside of parentheses, so it's going to do this operation first. I'm going to divide by the number of tests there, which is 4. Okay, so this operation is done first. It's going to give me the sum, and then it's going to divide by the number of tests, and that will give me my average. Okay, so then all I want to do is console.log something like this. I'm going to put some backticks and go my first name variable has an average test score, or just an average score, I guess. So an average score of $ curly braces, and we're going to reference this average. Okay, so let's come down here and let's call the function. So we're going to go average score. Let's say this person's name is Jenny, okay? And let's do some test scores. So these are going to be numbers, so you don't want quotes there because you want to do math operations. So let's do something like 88, let's do 85, let's do 79, let's do 90, okay? So if I go ahead and run this guy, I get Jenny has an average score of 85.5, okay? And then again, you can see if you were a teacher or something and you needed something like this, and we can make this much better, and we will in a second, but you can go through and just change things up. So let's just do a few of these. Let's do something like Jessica, and let's say she did much better. So let's say she got 100, she got a 91, she got a 95, and she got, let's say, a 92, okay? And let's say there's somebody like, I don't know, Sam, and let's say that could be a boy or a girl. Let's say he got an 85 and then a 77, and let's say like a 72, and let's say a 65. And then lastly, let's do something like Bob, okay? And let's make his 85 and then 86, and let's do something like 90, and let's do 92, okay? So if you run this, it's going to go through, and each time it's going to call the function, and it's going to replace these kind of placeholders here, okay, with the values you've passed in, okay? And then it's going to go through and run the calculations, and it's going to give you your console.log statement. So let's go ahead, clear this out, and run this, and we get everything, right? We get Jenny has an average score of 85.5, Jessica has an average score of 94.5, Sam has an average score of 74.75, and Bob has an average score of 88.25. All right, in most cases, let me get rid of this real quick. In most cases, you're not going to be console.logging things, okay, from a function. So you might think about this as being on an application. We're using the console.log statement to see things that we're running, okay? But if we're actually using like an app or something like that we're building, we're not going to be console.logging stuff. So generally speaking, when you work with a function, you want to return something, okay? If I console.log, let me go back here. I'm just going to Control Z real quick. Let's Control Z. This guy, and let's say, for example, I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to come over here, and I am just going to console.log this guy right here. So let's wrap this in parentheses, and I want to show you something. You're going to end up with a value of undefined. So let's clear this and run this. So you get Jenny has an average score of 85.5. That's coming from the function running. Okay, that's coming from right here. But the next part you see is undefined. And the reason you're getting undefined is when you have a function and it doesn't return something, it's going to be undefined, okay? So what we need to do here is actually change this from a console.log. All I'm going to do is get rid of this and get rid of this, and I'm going to type the return keyword, okay? And basically it's going to return this right here, this string. So now when I console.log this guy right here, you're going to get, in this case, Jenny has an average score of whatever her score is. I think it was 84.5. So let's pop this open and clear this. Oh, it was 85.5. So let's run this. So you get Jenny has an average score of 85.5, okay? You could also do this. Let's close this, and let's come down here and close this. You could also do this by storing this in a variable. So I could do something like const, let's say you did Jenny's score or something like that. And now you would have access to this in a variable. Okay, so what you could do from here is just console.log that variable, or in a real world application, you'd be able to use it to do something, right? So let's just console.log this Jenny's score. Okay, and this again is just going to hold the return value. So let's pop this open, clear this, and run this. We get Jenny has an average score of 85.5. Okay, so let's get rid of this and let's write one long function, and I'll tie some other concepts into this. So let's do something like function student result. And I'm going to set this up as the first name. I'm going to go test1. I'm going to go test2, test3, and then test4. Okay. So we're going to do some stuff in here just to get some practice. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up an average. So const average, remember how to do this. So I'm going to set this equal to, I'm going to go test1, and then plus the test2, and then plus the test3, and then plus the test4. And then this is going to be divided by 4 because that's the number of tests involved. Then I'm going to go const has passed. So basically this is going to be a Boolean that's true if the person got a 70 or higher, false otherwise. So let's do the conditional operator for this one. I'm going to say is the average greater than or equal to 70? If this is true, I want to assign a value of true to this variable has passed. Otherwise, I want to assign a value of false. Okay. So now the next thing I want to do is something like const letter grade. And let's go ahead and say this is equal to, if the average is greater than or equal to 90, then I want the person to have an A. Okay. Otherwise, I want to check to see if the average is greater than or equal to, let's say 80. In this case, I want to give that person a B. Okay. And then if that's not true, I want to check to see if the average is greater than or equal to 70. Okay, if that's true, I want to give them a C. Then I want to check, if that's not true, if the average is greater than or equal to, let's say 60. Well, in this case, I want to give them a D, okay? And then lastly, if they haven't gotten any of those, meaning they're at a 59 or lower, I want to give them an F, okay? So now we have an average, we have whether they passed or not, and then we have a letter grade. So let's go ahead and return a little message that's going to include all of this. So first I'm going to start with the first name variable, and then I'm going to say something like if the has passed is true. So I'm going to first ask if this is true. So I'm going to put a question mark here, and then I'm going to put has passed. Okay. If it's false, then I'm going to put has failed. Okay. Remember, this is something you can do with this conditional operator. Inside of these curly braces, I can ask, hey, is this true? If it is, then I want to put has passed. Otherwise, I want to put has failed. Then I want to put with an average score, if I can spell that correctly, of $ curly braces average. Let's put that in there. And a letter grade, if I could spell that correctly, of, let me scroll down and get some room going. And then I'm going to put $ curly braces, letter grade, okay? And then basically from here, you could even get a little bit more fancy. Let's put the has passed here. If this is true, let's go ahead and insert an emoji, like a happy emoji. Let's put maybe like the sunglass one. So let's put that guy. And if it's false, let's go ahead and put something like an annoyed emoji. So let's go ahead and put this one. Okay. So if you go back through this, basically what's happening here is when you call this function, you're going to put in someone's name and their 4 test scores. Okay. Then it's going to come through here and calculate their average. Then it's going to calculate based on that average if the person is passed or not. Then it's going to calculate their letter grade. So again, we're just using the conditional operator. You can use if-else statements here if you feel more comfortable with that. You can use a switch statement, whatever you want to do, okay? This is just cleaner for me to write it this way. So I'm first asking if the average is greater than or equal to 90. If it is, then the letter grade is going to be an A. You know, if it's not, then it goes to this one. Is the average greater than or equal to 80? Then it's going to be a B. So on and so forth until we get down to the last option, which is an F. Okay. Then we return this string here, which it's got the first name variable. It considers whether you passed or not. If you did, it says has passed. If you didn't, it says has failed, with an average score of your average and a letter grade of your letter grade. And then this last one will give you an emoji with the sunglass guy if you passed, and then the annoyed emoji if you failed. So let's go ahead and call this. So I'm going to go student results, and let's just pick a few people. So let's go with something like Jason, and then we need 4 test scores. So let's do something like 77, we'll do 90, and we'll do 95, and we'll do 100, okay? So let's go ahead and pop open the terminal, clear this, and run this. And of course that didn't work because I didn't save the return value anywhere. So let's go ahead and go something like const, we'll go JSON's score is equal to this, and then I'll go ahead and console.log the JSON's score variable. So let's pop this open, clear this, and run this. And we get JSON has passed with an average score of 90.5 and a letter grade of A, okay? And we can even clean that up and put a period here or even an exclamation point to make it better, okay? And let's try another person. So let's go ahead and do something like const, let's do Jessica's score. Let's make her fail. So let's do student result. We'll do Jessica, okay? Let's do something like a 45. Let's do maybe like a 70, a 35, and then let's do like an 80, okay? Something like that. And I'm gonna change this console.log here to, we'll go Jessica's score, okay? And pop this open and clear this. And let's go ahead and run this. And we get Jessica has failed with an average score of 57.5 and a letter grade of F, okay? And again, you can see how this would be useful. Of course, we can make this better, but you can see how this would be useful if you were like a teacher or something and you wanted to just very quickly input the student's name and their test scores and give a little message out for each one, right? That's customized. Hey, Jessica, this was your score, or hey, Jason, this was your score, so on and so forth. Now, let's erase this, and I want to show you one other thing, and I'm just going to get rid of this altogether, okay? And I'm going to start with a new function. So let's say we did something like function, and I'll call this sum numbers. So basically it's just going to add the numbers you put in. So I'm going to do something like number 1 and number 2 and number 3 as the parameters. And we'll say return, okay, number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, okay? Now some people, when you first start, a lot of people make unnecessary variables. So some people will go const sum is equal to, number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, okay, and then they'll return the sum variable. But you don't need to do that because all you're doing here is one thing. So we're just going to get rid of this. We don't need this, okay? We're just going to return this directly. So it's first going to calculate what is this sum here, and then it's going to return that, okay? So if we come through here, let's just call this real quick. So sum numbers, do something like 3, 5, and 7. So 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 7 is 15. So we should get 15. And again, I keep forgetting to either console.log this or set it as a variable. Let's just console.log it to make it simple. Pop this open and run this, we get 15, okay, as expected. When you hit the return statement, anything after that is not going to run, okay? The return statement is basically going to take this guy and return it, and then you're gonna exit the function. It's done. So I could put something like console.log. This will never, ever, ever run, okay? It's not gonna get touched. And you can see it's highlighting it there, telling me there's an error. If I pop this open and clear this and run this, you still just get 15, okay? If I take this and I cut it, and let's say I put it up here, okay, for example, well now this is going to get run first when I call the function, and then we're going to return, and I'm missing a closing brace there. This is going to then return, oh, I had it up there, sorry, I didn't see it. This is then going to return this number 1 plus number 2 plus number 3, okay? So let's go ahead and pop this open, clear this, and run this. We get this will never ever run, okay, and then 15. So you can see that basically when this guy is after the return statement, it's not going to run. And again, that just has to do with how JavaScript works. Once it returns this value, it exits the function, it's done its job, okay? So I'm going to run this one more time, clear this, and run this, and you see you just get 15.